We're back on the second channel. We've got loads to do this week, in between getting stuff done on the Revuelto. So, first step, the Porsche GT3RS is kind of YouTube done at the minute. There's still some things we need to do, and we're gonna get onto that. The SVR is going to be given away to the winner, hopefully this week as well. We're struggling with insurance for him, but we'll hopefully sort that out. And then we've still got the Revuelto, which you would have seen on the main channel. I've got to order parts, we've got to work out how to fix it. We still haven't even got this car started yet, which is the main issue. And then we also want to top up a list of parts and how we're going to fix this thing. That's all coming in this video. But first off, we are going to head to the sky, I think. Let's go. We're at SLOANE Helicopters. I pronounced that right, haven't I?
Yes.
Yeah. And today, we're having a little lesson. And this is a Robinson R44. It's actually a piston engine helicopter. That is about as far as my knowledge goes on them. But I need to do my license because this is going to be a fun year. This is the first step to doing it. So we're going to have a little walk round, and we're actually going to go in the air today. Which is going to be potentially.
That's not a good idea. Have you seen him drive?
And I've got Nikes on as well.
Oh no, quick, go change your shoes.
Yeah, it's not good.
Engine's down there.
Right.
Lycoming engine, about 245 horsepower, which what we can use from it.
And is it right? It's like a Boxster engine, like a flat. It's 4-cylinder.
This one's not. This one's 6. But
6-cylinder.
Those ones are 4.
So it is like a Porsche engine, like.
You want to jump in?
Is it? You got loads of room.
Look at this. Honestly, plenty.
I love the visibility. Like that is so good.
So we raise this up, and you'll see that on the rotor blade the pitch changes. See how it twisted?
Yeah, yeah.
So what that's doing is that's giving us more lift. So as it's changing pitch, we get a greater angle of attack, more lifts going up.
Okay.
So all that's doing mechanically is changing that. This does nothing. That's for comfort and to try and control the sensitivity.
And what does this actually do?
So this, imagine the blades are going full speed now.
Yeah.
And that they've become more like a disc rather than two blades.
Yeah.
This tilts that disc in different directions.
Right,
so we've got our thrust going upwards if we're doing nothing.
Yeah.
And by moving it forward, we've moved the thrust from lift and we've moved it forward. So we've got a forward component.
So like by moving it forward like a tiny bit?
We would move forward, yeah. The nose of the aircraft will come down a little bit and we'd start drifting forward.
Insane. So here we go. My first ever helicopter lesson. I never thought I'd find myself doing this, but here we are. Learning how to fly could change absolutely everything, and I really enjoy learning a new skill. Once we got in the air, I was told what all the controls and dials do, and it wasn't long before I was able to take control of the helicopter. It's like learning to drive all over again. Now, to be able to fly on my own, I need at least 45 hours of flight time, and I'm going to be trying to do at least one lesson a week from now. So as you can imagine, it's going to be a long time before I pass. That was fun. On top of that, there's a bunch of theory tests as well, just like on your driving lessons. Now right here, we actually got to fly over Silverstone. And to see it from this angle was crazy. Now from here, I was able to fully take control. We was going to fly from Silverstone to Santapod. The handle that I'm holding tilts the helicopter forward, backwards, and left to right. Then you have two pedals. Push the right pedal down, it turns the helicopter one way. Push the left pedal down, it turns the helicopter the other way. And that's about as much as I can tell you on my first lesson. Now, one thing that was really hard, which I didn't expect, was trying to hover the thing in one place. We're about 6 foot over the ground here, and actually keeping it in one place was so difficult. One gust of wind, you then have to counteract that with your steering. If you then kind of oversteer it, you end up facing the floor. You counteract that, you end up facing the sky. I guess this is something that I'll learn as the lessons go by. But if I actually manage to pass my test at the end of this, the possibilities are going to be endless. Eventually, after an hour, it's time to come in and land. That was nothing like I've ever felt before. That was unreal, and it could already feel like it's addictive. That was so good. Thank you for taking us out and doing that. It was amazing. I just want to go out again. Back in the workshop. Check out this cover as well. This was gifted from Silverstone Porsche because we bought so many parts we literally just kept the whole parts department in business. So we got a cover, which is pretty cool. So thanks Silverstone Porsche. Hey, that works quite well, didn't we? Because we flew over Silverstone.
Oh, we just did, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we flew over Silverstone and picked up this cover. This all comes off, and I still haven't drove this car yet because there's a few issues with it which we need to solve. We know it goes into second gear, we know it doesn't overheat anymore, but the steering wheel is like this because I think I put the steering rack on the wrong way. We've still got some more parts I need to add on because we missed a few little bits and bobs out, the final touches. But I'm hoping we can do all that now. The one main reason why I don't want to drive this at the minute is PPF. You sound like such a... On PPF. I don't want to wreck the paint. This paint job was expensive. But look, you have all this, you see. Look, all the wheel is open, so it shoots rocks straight through there. And from standard, when you buy a GT3RS, you have PPF on these sections here to stop it from scratching that paint. Obviously, we didn't buy ours from Porsche, and I didn't know. So now I've bought the actual stock PPF to go on those bits, which means we're gonna have to take loads of air off to get to it. And then also on the front here, same story. Wheel absolutely peppers into this arch here. So I need to get that PPF. I didn't realise that, and the only bit I've put on is this part here. So I want to get them on, sort the steering out, put all the parts on, and then hopefully I can then have a little bit of a rip. It's also imported into the country now, so we have a UK reg for it. But I do need to get a personal one as well. I think that would be sick. Still get these t-shirts now. This is cool, isn't it? Only a few left. You can go grab them now. Some people as well want the clothing signing for some reason. And I can do that if you request it on your order, because I've just done it there. I feel bad for doing it because it's such a nice hoodie. Grab that and this with the link in the description. There's only limited numbers. Like, they don't, once they're gone, they're gone. We never make them again. And then we make a new drop each month.
You explained that fabulously. Well done.
Thanks. Okay, we're getting this in the ramp. This is well loud in here. Cold start, GT3RS. Right, let me start it up. That is very loud in here. It's well loud in here. So loud. First step, let's get the wheels off. I don't think we're going to be able to do it with this little bar, but I'm going to give it a try. No. Right, here we go. That's one done. Oh my days. Then just got to do the other side. Off. So this is the PPF that you can order from Porsche. And it gives you the exact cutout of the OEM shape that it should be. Okay, first step. Let's clean it up. I hope this goes right. I've had 1 day experience of PPFing. You put it on wet, so you can like proper adjust it and move it around before you're happy, and then when you're happy, then you try and get all the bubbles out. Bit of baby shampoo and water. Absolutely leather in it. Okay, let's see if we can get this right. Come on, guys. Straight in there. Okay, we're in position. It's just so peaceful. This is the type of stuff I like doing it, like, you know, just on my own.
Do you want me to leave?
Yeah, just have some alone time with the Porsche, please. Oh my God, if you do this every single day, you've got to be some kind of psycho. And like everything else must feel so easy for you. You know, like, what's like a really frustrating thing that happens? You get up in the morning to have cereal or a coffee, you open the fridge, no milk. I'm fuming, I'm fuming. To a PPFer, they laugh about it.
Nothing.
Because, yeah, it's nothing to them because they're used to just this stress on a day-to-day occurrence. When you're in a rush and you run past the door handle and it catches on your hoodie, oh, don't you just want to smash the door up?
Especially if it rips it.
Oh yeah, if it rips it, then, oh my God. But for a PPFer,
Nothing serious.
nothing serious. Absolutely nothing for a PPFer. Anything else?
Stubbing your toe.
A PPFer, nothing. When you're watching like something you're really invested in, like say you're watching the F1 and it buffers right at the moment the lights are about to go out. Ooh! But nothing for a PPFer. Any more? Oh no.
Go on.
Get in the shower. As soon as you get in, realise no hot water. It doesn't work. Do
Or you get out the shower.
Yeah.
And you ain't got a towel.
No towel, yeah.
Fuming.
But nothing for a PPFer. Right, I think we call it there. There's a lot of bubbles in it, which really worries me, but I do think that they come out. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take it. Right, that's took a good part of 2 hours, isn't it? Let's go have a look at the back. So, the PPF for this, it goes around this bit of aero here. So what we need to do is actually get this out, and the only thing we need to do to get that out is remove the rear arch lining at the back. You can just see the rear arch line there. We should be able to get to the bolts just to move that out enough. So I'll get the tools to do that. Tools acquired.
Are you going to do the whole job on that? This is
Gotta
not,
get used to it, it's mechanic from 2025.
this is not going to end well.
Imagine you walked into like Porsche and then like all the mechanics are like on these. Somehow in my life I've ended up working on a GT3RS on a hoverboard.
Do you remember when you were working in a Curry House car park?
Yeah, like what has happened right now? Just one screw on the side it seems like. I'm gonna need a tool.
I'm not sure if this is laziness or genius, but I'll let you guys decide. How much was that?
£124.
£124?
Yeah, look at the efficiency. Want a bit of tool? Boom. Oh, yeah, back to there.
I don't get how you're so at one with it.
And neither am I, to be fair. Like, it just feels like natural. Just like I feel like I could be in a Disney music video right now. Yeah, that's how that holds in on the back. See that, like one little screw with like 80 ton of downforce or whatever it's meant to have. Hey, want to fit PPF to your car? You could use this completely safe hoverboard. Imagine like you're watching this video in your living room, and then like your mum walks in and you're watching this, and the first thing she sees is a guy on a hoverboard, and then coming back to a Porsche. Like what are you thinking? You're watching like, I don't know, like iRobot or something. Oh, this is way more fun. Gotta get this bit right really, you know, because you can see this bit a lot. I'm so 2008. You so 2008. I got that boom, boom, boom. That future boom, boom, boom. Let me hear me now. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, do you know what I thought as well? I think we need to make a deal with Coda from Whistle and Diesel.
Right.
So he's going to get to 10 million subscribers.
Yep.
And on his 10 million subscribers, apparently, he's going to do a Bugatti durability test. I think we should secure the Bugatti, depending on how bad it's going to be.
He never destroys the car that much. Like, I think we can
No,
fix
like,
it.
it's normally only a few dents, to be fair.
There goes $500,000.
If Cody wants to do a deal, then we've got insurance. He ain't going to want insurance, is it? That's the whole point. This has gone tremendously. Whoa! This PPF went on really well. Nice and protected for the stones it's going to throw up here. That actually went really well. I've got to put this back together and do the other side, then we've got to move on to the next problem on the GT3RS. 3 hours later, I've done my PPFing. I never want to PPF anything again. But we need to make sure this car is absolutely perfect, because what we're doing with it requires it to be checked over by Porsche. And they're going to check everything. And if it doesn't pass the check, we can't do what we want to do with it, without giving it too much away. But this needs to be perfect. And there's a few things that we missed off, which we didn't show in the main channel video. Although this car, I'm keeping it. I'm never going to give it away. When we give away the cars, I have to make sure that they're 100% absolutely spot on. Whereas a car, when it's my own, I can deal with a little niggle here and there. But this one, I need it to be perfect as well. And what lies underneath this arch lining isn't quite perfect. Another thing that they're going to check is that we've used all OEM bolts in everything. So which is good. I think we have. I think we've used the right bolt, but sometimes it's hard to tell when you're rebuilding these cars what bolt came from where. We try to organise them as best as possible. There's things that we aren't going to pass on, which we've already discussed, isn't it? Like, we've discussed we're not going to pass original paint. The main thing they're checking for is that it's straight. That is the main thing. Everything else is irrelevant. If you've got a bent car and you've got all these panels on it, then you might as well go home. So, but we're pretty confident it's straight. Like, we're almost 100% confident it's straight. Like, the only thing damaged on this was outer A-pillars, which are just, like, outer panels. Nothing internal. Yeah, all the chassis was all in line. Else, there'd be things that just wouldn't line up or wouldn't work if that was the case. I wonder whether they're going to check torque specs and that. Well, we've talked it to a spec.
And who says that Porsche's torque specs are right?
Yeah, who says?
Ours could be right.
Ours could be way more right.
Ours are right.
That's very true, yeah. So we could argue that case. We think we've got a valid argument there. If my hoverboard could just put the handbrake on for a minute. Why is it moving backwards and forwards? What? I just want the handbrake on. Take a look in there. Guarantee no one could tell me what's missing. What's missing, Matthew?
Support thing.
He's right, you know. Let me go get it. Oh, God. Let's get around that. Oh, God. Oh, my God, there's so many obstacles in the way. Coming back at you. Look at these. They're called tethers. These tethers hold up that DRS system. So you see here, that is supposed to open and close. At the minute, it only does one of them. It's either open or closed. I don't know why it doesn't work. But because a lot of air travels through that, I think this, see look, I mean, it has got good support, but Porsche decided that it needs additional support with some of these ropes.
Yeah, so then all you do is run the wire around the outside of that metal thing and you're good.
What do we do with the end?
What do you mean? The ends are what attached to the thing.
Yeah, but what about this end?
That attaches to the other part.
I'd like to know what's going on in your head in a minute.
Do you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Come out here. You've got 2 strings, but there's not. That's just one.
Oh, is it only one?
Yeah.
Oh, you did tell me that. You did tell me that. That was the twist all along. Oh, you're so brainer. That is amazing. As if we're going to feel that these tethers are on or not, but there must be a reason Porsche put them on. Anyone remember how it went? Yes. Oh my God. The fact that I just spent about 3 hours doing 4 PPF zones and then about 9 hours putting this silly rope on. just shows you. Imagine we built this whole car up and it's taken me 4 hours to put these silly ropes on and some stickers which you can't even see. Why can't you post every day? Well, today's video will be putting clear stickers on and putting 2 ropes on the car. It wouldn't be a very good video, would it? That's the reason why we can't post every day. Do you know me now driving, knowing that those ropes are on, I feel way safer. Oh, that's solid now, that's sturdy. Ah, I see why they've done that. That's got to be rock hard sturdy, because if we do get air trying to push it down when the DRS is open, it's going to be like turbulent air. Wow, wow, wow. So little things like that you don't have on the GT3, which is why like all the extras add up on the GT3RS, because you get all them things. Whether they actually make a difference or not, we will find out when we actually take this out for a drive and on the track.
We should drive it against the GT3.
100%, yeah. Then it'll also be a good test to see if we got a really fast driver to go in the Porsche, in the GT3, and then see if I could actually beat him in the GT3RS, because I'd technically have the advantage, but same power-ish. Yeah, that would be a good little test, I think. Arch lining is back in. All the OEM bolts are in there. Nice new arch lining. Aero is there as well, so I'm pretty sure that is for the brake cooling. We're going to do the other side, then one last job after that. Everything's together. Last issue before we can get this aligned and hopefully drive it. So, if you see here, if you can look in a straight line, that wheel is roughly pointed in a straight line. Then we'll go to the other side. That wheel also, like it, thereabouts or there or not. It's in a straight line. The steering wheel is, yeah, not in a straight line. We could just unbolt the steering wheel, pull it off, and then put it into a correct position. But we risk damaging the clock spring, which is like a spring which goes around the wheel, which allows all the buttons to work, even with turning the wheel. It's hard to explain what that does, and just Google it. I think the steering wheel is in the correct place on the steering rack there. So I think we can disconnect it further down the rack, pull it off, and then move it into the correct place. There is a chance I've not put it in the right place. I'm gonna have a little crawl now and see what I can find. I've had a look down there, and it doesn't look like you can move it in any way. Like, that just seems the way. So we must have got the steering wheel on wrong, but we do risk damaging the clock spring. If we now move it, pull this off, and then move it to the correct place. So what can happen here, so the way the electrics transfer from the steering column to here, someone might think, okay, we run a wire from this button down in through the column, and then all the wires connect up under here. Now, if you had a wire doing that and then you were turning it left, turning it right, that wire is just gonna get raveled up each way, and it's not gonna work. So you kind of need like a gyro system like you get on a BMX. And the way they do that is with a thing called a clock spring. Now, the clock spring allows the electric to transfer from here down the column through a little, it's basically a spring, but it only allows you to turn it so many times. If you keep turning it, you can break it, but that's why you have steering lock. I'm hoping that we would just take off the steering wheel, pull it, and then move it to there, but let's give it a go. Let's send it. Oh, we're right, you know. Look, I've even marked it with a little pen there, look. I've just noticed my pen mark where I've actually lined it up, and we've put it in a completely wrong place. I feel slightly more confident that I marked it and didn't see my own marking when I did that. Okay, let's waz this all back in. And then what we're gonna do is turn the steering wheel all the way left and all the way right. And if the buttons still work on the steering wheel after that, great. If not, we've probably cost ourselves at least £1,000. Talked to a spec. These all work at the minute. That still works. Yes, and they work. That's all working now, and we should be in a straight line. I think we could get this aligned and actually drive it on the road for the first time, I think. But it's now, what, 10 o'clock at night?
Midnight.
It's midnight?
It was, yeah, 10 o'clock 2 hours ago.
Okay, so it's midnight now. We'll have to get all the wheels on, get this thing aligned. Now, we're going on to the revuelto. And in the next main channel video, we're hoping to get this car actually running and driving. Sounds unrealistic. And one thing we're gonna need to get it running and driving is at least 3 wheels. And this wheel here is perished. So what we're gonna do is take it off. Hey, that wheel is absolutely perished.
You think you can straighten that?
We've got Wheel Mania here. We're gonna give it to them, and then just need to get it so it ain't a rugby ball. And then if you don't hit the caliper, then we can actually drive this car. Like we're obviously gonna get some new wheels, but if they can fix that, we might be able to drive it. It is quite bad. I mean,
it's literally an oval.
you don't even sit flat on the floor.
Look at that, it's literally not round anymore.
Off you go, guys. See if you can get that into it's got its own world. Now, it's not advised to try and fix a wheel this bad, but Wheel Mania can fix buckled alloys. You can see them doing it here. But the main goal of this is just to get it straight enough so we can roll the revuelto. So later in the video, we'll find out whether they've done it or not. Back on the revuelto. So basically on the main channel, all we really looked at was the front end. We got stripped off the front end. Now, we're gonna have a little look over the rear end and order some parts and find out what exactly is broken. On the back, we've still got the gearbox. Now, a lot of people, I have actually watched as well, that I mentioned DD's gearbox has been changed 4 times because it's been problems with leaks and issues and stuff like that. Hoping it's not the case for this one. I think this is a whole new gearbox from Lamborghini. So when there's something new that comes out and you get the first ones of it, normally they go wrong, but we're hoping for good news in there. There's no reverse gear, as we've discovered, and there's no starter motor. as we've discovered, it starts with the hybrid battery. But our damage is mainly down here on this back left, where it looks like it's taken an absolute wallop here. So you can see the suspension's broken at the top wishbone. See you later. That's left the chat, deleted. We've got suspicions that this is slightly bent, and also this drop link here, that's left the chat. But also one thing that's going to cost a fortune, we think, which I'm not looking forward to, is that. And that is the motor for the rear wheel steering. Other than that, everything on here looks okay. There's a loads more radiators. There's damage to the frame here, which I think we can get away with a lot of this stuff, because all it is that goes in there are riv nuts, just like this side, and the frame actually bolts to it. So I reckon we get that re-welded and have the frame fitted onto there. Same with the rear crash bar. Right, already we've spent £110,000 on parts, and that's just for the front end. That should complete our front end, hopefully. That's without headlights though, and bumpers. This is just to get it rolling. We haven't even got to the body panels yet. Now, on here, I've now got baskets full of stuff. Now, we might be able to save a bit more money on this, but this is just ballpark region. So in here is lights, sensors and wiring, and this is including the front bumper. It's another £19,350 plus VAT from Lamborghini. And then on top of that, we then have all the rear end parts are piled up into a £14,425 thing. So if I bought it all from Lamborghini, we're looking at another £35,000. To be honest, on top of our price, I don't think it's generally, I think we're doing all right. We've still got labour and there's still a few more body panels to add on, which I think is okay. But there is chance we could save some more money, because a lot of this stuff on here, after we've done the GT3RS, a lot of these part numbers, like your 4785, blah, 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 a lot of them are Porsche part numbers. So we're finding straight away, we can cross-reference the parts off this onto Porsche parts. And I think Porsche Panamera uses a lot of this stuff as well. We've already found out the charger for the car is the same as a Porsche Taycan charger, which is cheaper than Lamborghini, because Lamborghini likes to just exaggerate things. So we've already can find that cheaper. But then a lot of the stuff as well, like body panels, all the fiberglass and carbon fiber stuff is good to buy from Poland. Poland seems to be very good at that. We're hoping the quality is good there, but it seems we might be able to save a lot of money by buying it from Poland. And if we are buying it from Poland, that means we're going to buy it in euros. And if we're using euros to buy stuff, there's nothing better than using Revolut to pay for it. There's still more broken parts to take off, like this rear diffuser, which I dread. Oh, and the rear under tray as well, which is also broken. So I'm going to start taking this stuff off as well, adding to the list of parts, which I didn't actually realise this was broken under here as well. Whilst I'm getting this off, Revolut are helping you earn £20 free when you sign up using my link and use your card for the first time. Now that's easy money that could go towards your next mod or tool. Last little bit, whoa, to take off. That looks all right under it, no damage. Do you know what else is good? My dad will tell you.
Revolut is an all-in-one financial app with over 10 million UK customers and 50 million worldwide.
That is very good, isn't it?
Well, I would have never known if you hadn't read that.
So that means you can get parts from all over the world without getting stung with your exchange rates.
And that means you can get parts from all over the world without paying more than you need to with Revolut's unreal exchange rate.
Talks really slow, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes a while.
In fact, we used Revolut on our last road trip.
And we didn't get stung because of their unreal exchange rates.
It's a proper game changer.
Now, even if you forget to change your currency over in-app, Revolut will change it automatically when you spend in your usual currency. And don't stop there.
No, it doesn't stop there. You can earn rev points for every transaction. And when I read the script on it, when you earn your rev points, that's quite good, that really, isn't it? Because you rev a car.
On a revuelto, you rev it. Well, we can't rev it at the minute because it don't start, but yeah, what we're going to use rev points for.
You can redeem them for airline miles
of
over 30 airlines, including British Airways, gift cards, including Amazon and Deliveroo, and redeem for discounts on hotel bookings.
It's good for road trips, really, then, isn't it?
You must have it for road trips, really.
Well, that's why we do have it. Like although he is reading, we generally do have it. But
It's just easier just to put that up and let everybody read it.
Star Wars music. You can also upgrade to metal, which includes lots of benefits like travel insurance, cover for delayed flights, lost luggage, as well as plenty of subscriptions like Uber One, Class Pass, and the Financial Times. Now, Revolut is a no-brainer if you buy stuff internationally, if you travel, or you just want to get your finances in check with some added benefits. So you can sign up with Revolut today with my link in the description and you'll earn £20. Click the link in the description. Look at the morning sun. Wow, it's another good day to go on the track. We thought we'd book another track day because we enjoyed it so much last time and it was a nice little break because we've been absolutely flat out at the unit. So I was going to take the McLaren because the McLaren is going to be slightly less noisy, but that's gone off to be PPF. You'll see that in the next video with a few other modifications. So the pink GT3 is coming back out. Now the decibel limit on the track we're going to is 103 decibels drive-by, which is slightly higher than Donington, which makes no sense because Donington's at an airport and where we're going, Mallory Park, is in a residential area. So that makes no sense. I feel like they're going to be measuring it closer to the track, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. I've still got the silencers on the GT3 and I'm hoping that'll be good enough. Let's get it out. Right, Ben's in his 600 LT, which has already got a vacuum leak and a problem. Yeah, so that's going to break. Liam's in that, which has done 85 decibel sound test, and Chris in his GT4, which has also passed the sound test. Yeah, I like it. I like it. And it's a 103 decibel limit, static. I've done a 102, so when we're on full chat, could be a problem. So we're going to start off the day short shifting, but we're all going to go out on a nice romantic sighting lap. Sighting lap's complete, and now this is what car ownership is all about. Especially after all the hard work rebuilding them, getting to enjoy them on track with your friends. Right now I'm sat behind Chris in his Porsche GT4, and you can already see the difference in corner speed that the GT3 can take the corners in. But one thing that surprised me is that even though Chris is a 3.8 litre and mine's a 4 litre, I still couldn't have him on the straights. But the carbon ceramics on the GT3 help with braking later, and of course all the new updated suspension they put on the GT3 help with all the cornering. And this is only the second time I've ever been round Mallory Park racetrack. It's a pretty short circuit, but it doesn't mean it's not fun. After the hairpin, you're almost flat out to a corner called Devil's Elbow, which catches a lot of people out. But as I moved onto the straight, I was having to short shift to start with, as I was a bit nervous of getting black flagged because the car might be too loud. And I think they measure it on the straight. Now, jumping into Matt's Hurricane. He's just come round the hairpin and then onto Devil's Elbow. This then goes down onto the straight, and he almost has a near miss here with the Fiesta, which clearly wasn't checking his mirrors. But I think here was the closest match. My GT3 and Matt's Lamborghini Huracan. Again, the cornering speed on the GT3 is insane. God knows what the GT3RS is going to be like. Look how much we pick up on the Huracan round that. But again, on the straights, the GT3 has got nothing on the Lamborghini. Then moving into the S's, which is fairly even, but the Lamborghini gets out the corners so well with 4-wheel drive and more brake horsepower. Again, I'm able to brake later into the hairpin, but it's the exits where we're losing it. And as the day went on, I got more and more confident that I wasn't being black flagged for noise. So I started not to short shift on the straights, and you can guess what happened. Oh, is that the black flag for me? Oh, and that's me getting a black flag. Oh. I think that's my first black flag. Too much noise, I think. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to get a stock exhaust system, but that's no fun, is it? It's no fun. You want to hear the sound? I don't want a stock exhaust.
What's the limit? 103.
103 or 105. So that, yeah. Right, noted.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
But that turned out to be our last lap because we could see Liam in a little bit of bother. I think there's some oil in the PCV valve. What did you do? Oil, mate.
Just down the street, it just went bang.
Oh my god.
Oh my, that's
bad.
Yeah, I think you sucked up some oil there.
Are you going to turn it off, Liam?
Yeah.
Oh, it's misfiring bad.
But it looks alright.
Doesn't sound alright. Turbo might have left the chat. It's a good job the call-out boys are here on site already.
Yeah, it's called that, boys. Yeah. Oh, is that for the turbo?
Well, that's on his inlet. There's two options: either turbo's gone, or it's just sucked up a load of oil through the PCV, which I think would be more.
That'd be what you'd want.
Yeah. Well,
does it sound okay, or does it not sound?
Sounds
okay?
great. Sounds good.
It sounded dreadful.
I thought
Did
it was
it?
brand new.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, it's fixed. Let it burn. Oh, it's not fixed.
Oh.
There's going to be loads of oil.
Yeah, I think so.
Turbo's left the chat.
Yeah, something's very bad.
Yeah. Still going?
Yeah, definitely still going.
I think it's gone.
Turbo's gone.
O2 sensor, low voltage, misfire detection, cylinder 1 and cylinder 4 misfire, okay. Yeah, let's clear them. Let's clear them and see if we can burn some oil off.
I don't think that's clear. I think by now that would have burnt some off and it stopped smoking as much.
Should I just take it for a few more laps and see if it...
I don't think they're going to let you on track, to be honest.
I think it's the
I
only
don't think
logical
let's
thing to
steam
do.
trains on the track.
Starter up.
No good, mate.
It's out of burn by now, surely.
We can fix this. I think we can fix it. We'll give it a whole wrap overhaul, put a nice kit on it. That is not good. His dream car is an Audi R8, and it would be sick if I could get him one. It would be sick. It works for us now. He does overtime. Everyone here. My dad's got a Ferrari. Matt's got a Lamborghini. Hannah's got the Urus. I've got an insane amount of cars that I could only have ever dreamed of. And I think it's time Liam needs to upgrade to a supercar. So let's fix the S3 first. And I think we should get him one. Look at the smoke. Oh my god.
I think it's alright.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Oh, it's doing a smoke test already.
Doesn't look good in there. You ready? I'm going to get the finger
Got
test.
see if you can feel any play on the.
Oh, wow.
Oh dear.
I can't get in.
Can
all
you
the
get
way.
on the? No, you can't get on the blade. We're going to try and see if it is a turbo, and if it's a turbo, very good. And then the winner of the SVR is coming to collect it. So that'd be good.
Oh, yeah. That's the nut, you see.
There's a nut off your turbo there.
Oh no.
But the issue is if something's that's gone in the engine, that's very bad. Oh, it's there, but the nut's not on it. Finger testing.
Yeah, turbo's dead.
Turbo's gone.
The turbo's gone?
Yeah. The revuelto wheel's back and it rolls. It's not an. Is it? It's not. Is it an oval? Oval, but it's not going to catch the caliper.
we'll have to try it and see.
We'll see.
We'll be able to roll the car on it though, which is a positive.
Yeah, so it is kind of back from it is definitely less oval, isn't it? Cheers, George. If you need your wheels straightening, you know where to go. Probably don't give them one as bad as this though. Okay, and now this is goodbye to the Range Rover SVR. Tyrrell is about to come and pick her up. Final drive. It's a sentimental moment, but it's going to one of you guys. So again, I wouldn't have been able to make this happen without all of your guys' help for doing this, which is so sick. Let's get in the car. Let's go drop it to Tyrrell and meet him. It feels weird to be in it and not be in the Sahara Desert, but what a car it's been. I'd love to have kept it, but I've got an amazing choice of cars at home, and this is going to go to a good home. It's been a big story, this car. We bought it, we attempted to rebuild it in 24 hours, and then the engine decided to let go. Actually, after 2 engines, we went back to the original engine and fixed it thanks to Bob, and we're back on the road, and this car has been, well, it's been all the way through Africa and back. What a car. Hopefully Tyrrell enjoys it. We're about to pull up, get his reaction. How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
Good. 1 ticket, £10.
How's it going, bro? Nice to meet you, man.
£10 and £10,000 cash, and that's yours. But we understand you've had some problems insuring it.
Yeah.
How much was the insurance?
22 grand.
22 grand. And where are you from?
Birmingham. That's why.
I think that explains it. But you might as well take a look around it. I'm guessing you've got, well, the viewers wouldn't know, but we know and we spoke that you're going to be selling it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make, to insure it for £22,000 is crazy, isn't it?
Because I haven't been driving for a full year yet. I've only been driving for like just
Oh,
about 10
is that
months,
what
so,
it is?
yeah.
Really?
Oh my God, so if you've been driving for 10 months in SVR in Birmingham,
Yeah.
the recipes for disaster, but at least you'll end up better off than you were yesterday.
I'm gutted I couldn't keep it. It looks amazing.
I know, it's unreal, isn't it? Like, it's literally so clean. It's such a good car.
Are you sure you don't want to pay 22 grand?
Tyrrell will be selling the car. Tyrrell, is that how I pronounce it?
Tyrrell.
Tyrrell, that's been on the whole time.
I never bother correcting anyone.
Thanks for popping down. We'll get a few photos and everything, and yeah, no, legend.
Thanks a lot, man, honestly.
So that is it then. It was not how we expected it, but we was going back and forth with Tyrrell. That's how I've learnt to pronounce his name now. And the car it's an SVR, and we've learnt how uninsurable they are because they're stolen so often. 22 grand is crazy. We gave him £10,000 cash to try and insure it, but it still wasn't enough. But the SVR is now for sale, but I think Tyrrell has got a buyer for it, but we're gonna have to hold on for it because he can't drive it away because he can't insure it. But at least it's got his owner. Tyrrell's got some cash in his account. We've changed, again, another subscriber's life, or at least helped to. What an ending for the SVR. Not how we expected, but still a happy one. And hopefully it goes to a good home. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.